Bora continuar o Vampyr. Banho tomado, esperando o jogão do Mengão. Yes! Bora. Onde eu parei? Ué? É o vampiro que aparece no espelho? Não é assim. Já olhei aqui, agora eu olhei em cima. Previna doenças, custos, tosses e espirros em público propaga gripes. Ela se espalha pelas gotas da saliva e coriza. Evite tossir em público.
It's locked, all right.
Carta longa. Não vou ler não, é longa. Garrafa pequena. Tá grande, rapaz. Doido.
It's locked.
Aqui, olha aqui. Olha aqui. Ó, peguei uma serra usada. Thomas é o sexo masculino, 28 anos. Observações. O rosto do paciente sofreu queimaduras graves e foi desfigurado por uma bomba durante a guerra. Mesmo com o uso de sedativos fortes, ele afirma frequentemente sentir as dores das feridas, como se as chamas ainda queimassem sob a pele, segundo o que diz. Exames dos tecidos cicatrizados não indicam traços de inflamação, infecção e inchaço. As cicatrizes estão limpas. Seria este o caso de dano persistente aos nervos? O paciente está sempre se culpando pela própria desfiguração. Poderia ser o caso de culpas do sobrevivente, duros fantasmas manifestando-se com punição por não morrer como seus companheiros.
It's locked, all right.
Minha sala. Ó, minha sala é gigante.
Definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Nossa senhora, o tanto de... Vou ler isso mesmo. Uma cama.
bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Ô, cabelinho. O Zé Pelim. Bora dormir.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete,
Jaleco branco.
I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. What about my thirst for blood? Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem. We had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of the narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse. I cannot enter. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
fotografia de um casal feliz com algumas palavras escritas no verso. Milton e Pipa para sempre. Olha o Keller. Milton e Pipa para sempre. A Pipa morreu e o Milton faleceu. Farmou muito?
Até enjoar.
Ai, sim. Vou ser desse jeito no Diablo também. Diabletes. Não vejo a hora para o Diablo chegar.
Behavior is similar to the
Quase faleci.
must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Esse cara tem voz de vampiro mesmo, né?
Quando você fica naquela visão que vê sangue, mostra o tipo de vampiro ou algo assim.
Não dá pra ver, não, mano. Não dá pra mudar pra aquela forma em modo de batalha, não. Vai, não pegou nele, não. Larga. Errou.
It's locked. Balls of Mars.
Bolinha de Marte.
As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Esse cara caído e... Parece, é. Acho que era uma porta, aquela porta lá de baixo que eu vou agora. Eita, que é isso?
Tenta fora de combate, mas vendo o vampiro.
Dá não. Deve mostrar só o... Ah lá. Fiscal furtivo.
KKKJ.
Não, tem que ser um vampiro morto.
From corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Botou. Parece aí. Pareceu um só. Que? Investigação dos cidadãos. Aqui aparecem as investigações sobre cidadãos de acordo com o distrito. Para iniciar e rastrear uma nova missão de cidadãos, use o quadrado e acesse o seu mapa para ver e explorar a região. Provável causa da morte: pneumonia de progressão rápida causada por consolidação pulmonar de origem viral. Gripe espanhola. Participantes do exame: Dr. Corcoran Tippett, enfermeira, aquela enfermeira lá.
Match the report. I'd better look into this.
Absorção de sangue. Se adquirir um novo tipo de arma de mão oposta. Equipe e aperte triângulo para absorver sangue diretamente. Qual que é essa? Eu não ganhei. Serra usada. Ganhei foi isso aqui, ó. Qual que é melhor? Atordoamento. Dano. Testar ela depois. Ó, valeu. Não é? A cerveja chegou. Deixa eu pegar a cerveja ali. Ok. Cervejinha de Holanda. Engraçado. morrer. Matá-lo agora. Nossa, voltei cá atrás. Sacanagem, hein? Que isso? Perdi sangue demais de já, velho. Jogando com o cucurucucu. Concentrar de novo. Tá dando muito pouco. Tirando muito pouco, atordoando muito pouco esse negócio ali, velho. Nossa. Oh, que porra desse bicho. Olha lá, a gente tava cheio. Jogar direito não vai dar não, tinha que ter uma defesa, né? Prestar atenção no fôlego, vou upar o fôlego da próxima. Ah lá, mano. Xoxonex.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Deu
It's
ruim, hein?
locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
Eita, o tanto que esse bicho me deu, tá doido? Errei agora. Tome, Jones.
Scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat
O negócio é
them.
jogar sem a marcação de mira. Jogar com a marcação de mira é foda.
Tempting. O que ele já me abandonou. Não é assim, Liu Kelly. Toma.
Ah, vacilei. Ô, Xoxanex. Que burro. Nossa, eu voltei cá atrás. Ah, não tô acreditando, não. Entendendo, não. Morri. Bosta, hein? Eu não entendi porque eu voltei antes do chefe do cenário. Hein? Já tinha olhado isso aqui, ó.
Tippett has made an egregious error.
Ah, tá. Salvou. Pelo menos isso, né? E aqui, salvou? Ou nada, quer ver? Ah, aqui salvou também. Mas bater esses bichos aqui à toa, então. Pelo menos eu não preciso matar o chefe de novo. Eu saio aqui. Ai.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Meu amor finalmente conseguiu o dinheiro que faltava para pagar a taxa cobrada pelo motorista da ambulância para levá-lo ao hospital. Não se preocupe com nada além da sua própria saúde, estou cuidando de tudo. Perguntei para alguns vizinhos e eles me disseram que este senhor Hooks até que é um vigarista honesto. Ele pede dinheiro extra em troca de uma cama, mas a cama estará mesmo garantida. Desculpe por ter recusado a pagar antes. Agora percebo que o importante é que você melhore logo. Ouvi dizer que o Hospital Pembroke é um bom lugar, apesar da altitude duvidosa desse Milton Hooks. Prometo que tudo está certo agora. Verei você em sua cama limpa assim que possível. Com carinho, Nikolai. Nikolai faleceu. Só tem vigarista nesse lugar aqui, velho. Você aqui, ó. Tá te procurando.
Good evening, sir. I'm
Ah,
Dr.
não é você não.
I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly.
Conheci você ainda não?
Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure. But my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Yes, Doctor?
That's all for now, Nurse Crane. Thank you.
Quem é você?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Would you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswell?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed.
I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs.
Hospital aqui tá uma
Goswell. Be
bagunça, hein?
sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Ficou putinha.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswell. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswell?
So painful I'd rather not talk to a doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me who presents Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help. Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science. Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Você é quem? Você cobrou, hein, minha filha? Eu tô sabendo, hein?
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Pepper, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities. Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans. And it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
O Ju chegou aqui para nós jogar um FIFA. Eu vou abrir o FIFA aqui e daqui a pouco eu volto.